I bought every Fortnite accessory on the Nintendo Switch, and I don't know who let some of these exist, but as we go through them, they get weirder and weirder. So let's get started. We love Fortnite. Starting off, the enhanced wireless Power A controllers. There's 2 of them here, and look, they have code for bonuses. What in the world? These are the officially licensed Fortnite Power A controllers. They're both $60. I should not have access to money, especially because I already have so many other controllers. I have no idea why. What am I, an octopus? But before I open them, let's look at some reviews. Heather says, doesn't hold the charge. I love the feel of it, but the battery doesn't hold the charge. The second you unplug it, the controller shuts off, fully charged. 1 star. Yikes. Heather, don't you worry, I'll be testing it for you. Jack Jubas says, free code does not exist. Prickly Axe Pickaxe code says, it doesn't exist. Kiddo is pretty upset about that. 1 star. If my code doesn't exist, I will be upset as well. It won't just be the kiddos. Amazon customer says, trash. If I could give it a 0, I would. The controller worked fine for a week and now it won't charge. Avoid this product. It's garbage. Good thing I'm here to test them all. So let's open these controllers. They're the exact same. They got the same pictures on the back. Literally the same, just with a different design. Oh well, we'll open both of them. And I bet you can't subscribe before I finish opening one right now. I dare you. So these are both worth $80, but thankfully I was at a local Target, which actually wasn't local. I was in Boston. We don't have Targets from where I'm from. But I found this one and it was only 20 bucks. There must be something wrong with it if it was on clearance that fast. So let's open it up. Now I'm not gonna lie, this isn't gonna be the last time we see this peely design. It says code in box. We get a prickly pickaxe. It says on the back, rechargeable battery, up to 30 hours per charge. But if we got a controller like Heather, an Amazon customer, that might not be the case, as we know. It's also got advanced gaming buttons, also known as back buttons, and of course, super fun motion controls. Motion controls are a lot of fun. So let's open this peely box. Yeah, I'm liking this peely design. It's clean, it's fresh. This is a long cord. Why in the world is the cord so long? Wait, is this wired? Oh no, it's wireless. Yeah, okay, it's wireless. Got scared there for a second. This looks like a McDonald's Happy Meal toy. The plastic looks kind of cheap. It's kind of like shiny in a really weird cheap plastic way, but again, the design is not bad. It's got little Peely's face on it. I like the red ring. It's really giving us Ronald McDonald vibes once more. And the buttons, it feels like I paid $20 for this controller, but it's worth $60, so I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Yeah, the controller's fine. I'll give it a go, but first we need to check for the code. Aha, the prickly pickaxe code. Let's give it a scratch and see if it works.
A few moments later.
All right, here we go. I've scratched it off. We're gonna test it out. I'm feeling pretty good about it because it hasn't been scratched off yet. If I don't get this, I will be so confused, but let's test it out. Here we go, moment of truth. Yes! The code worked. Well, I guess I'm just stuck with this controller now. All right, but maybe this was just a coincidence. Let's test out the other one that also had these bad reviews. Oh wait, the cord's white now! Now I'm hoping that these accessories and these controllers are actually also available to use on the Switch 2. They should be. You should be able to use them on the Switch 2. I can't see why not. So I could put Switch 2 in the title, but I'm not gonna tease you like that, okay? All right, let's get a closer look at this boy though. You see, this looks a lot less like a McDonald's Happy Meal toy, but this one's called the sticker design. It's got, you know, it's got the Peely, it's got the Skull Trooper, it's got Victory Royale. It looks a lot like, well, I just put a bunch of stickers on my controller. In terms of feel, it feels identical. Will it hold a charge? We still don't know, but most importantly, we gotta see if the code's in here. Because this one was from Amazon. Unlike this one from Target, I bought this one from Amazon. So we could very well get shafted here. Oh man, oh, and this one, the Googly Glider. I'm so excited to be gliding by Googlies. All right, scratching time. Here we go. We got it again! All right, now we should probably actually play these. After a few hours of use with these controllers, they feel fine. They feel like controllers. But there's a pretty substantial lack of quality. As I mentioned, it looks like a Happy Meal toy, but it also feels like one too. You eventually forget that the controller's kind of mid, but once you go back to Nintendo's Pro Controller, this feels pretty bad. I didn't have the same issues like the people in the reviews did, but hey. All right, next up, these thumbsticks. These were $22. How are they worth it? Let's look at some reviews. Amazon customer Harry says, junk. Does not fit any of my Switch products I have. Amazon customer says, don't waste your money. They do not stay attached to the control stick and come off very easily. Not worth your time or money. Ashley B says, will not fit Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. 1 star. That last review really's got me concerned because on the back, it literally has the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. So now I'm just confused. Does it work or does it not work? Oh yeah, these are literally made just for the Switch Pro Controller. I thought it was for the Joy-Cons actually. Looks like I was bested. It has like a little opening so that you can feel it. I'll admit, it feels pretty grippy. It's made by Control Freak. Oh my goodness. Increases kill death ratio by 26% on average. So this says that it'll make me a better gamer. Let's try it out. First off, I've got to open it up though. So I've usually seen these thumbstick grips for like really cheap. You can get them for like 50 cents each if you went to GameStop. So the fact that these were $22 makes me feel a little icky inside. I'm not gonna lie. They're firm. That is very firm. So here I got my Pro Controller, and I'm assuming I can just place these on. That is weird. That is crazy. Now, and put the other one on. It just snaps on over top. Ashley B, I'm sorry, but your review is busted. This is weird. This actually feels goofy. Like, it's definitely more grippy. I just don't know if it's worth $22. But I guess the only real way I can try this out is if I play a game of Fortnite and see what my kill to death ratio is. It did not help. Fortnite earbuds. Why do these exist? Now, I have needed a new pair of earbuds, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda liking the peely design. It really shows my true gamer. And not only are they just basic earbuds, but they also have a mic included on them, so you can talk to your friends. And yes, it is just for the Nintendo Switch. But most importantly, there's a code for bonuses. That's right, it's called It's Complicated, and I hope that we can get that dance. But before we open them up, let's look at the reviews. Client to Amazon says, it's been 2 times that it's the pickaxe. That may not make sense now, but let's keep reading. Pert Miguel says, average quality. Sayukin says, the emote code is different. The product itself is good, but I was shocked that the emote code was different. I still haven't received the correct emote code, even after contacting Power A. I wanted an emote, so if I knew this, I wouldn't have bought it. And they actually show that they got the pickaxe code like what we got with the Peely controller. So they must be mixing up the codes in the factory or something. We'll see if I get another pickaxe. And Ahmed says, code does not work. The corresponding code works. I got a pickaxe instead of an emote. So based on all the reviews I've read, the main issue isn't even the earbuds itself. It's mainly the fact that the code in box is for a completely different product. We have to test it out. First off, I like the box a lot. These are also $30. So you really can't lose unless they sound like absolute garbage. Now, I'm an audio guy myself, so if they sound bad, I will notice. Wired earbuds for Nintendo Switch. Ah, yeah. Okay, so instantly, it's complicated emote. Looks like it wasn't that complicated after all. But opening up this box, we have a little bag with a bunch of random Peely stickers. It's got a bunch of Peely banana emotes. That's pretty sweet. It feels nice. I might actually show this to my friends. And it's got a drawstring. Ooh, wee boy, so far so good. I'm not gonna lie, I got little baby ears. I'm practically the opposite of an elephant. So I usually just right away go for the smaller tips. And right away, they're actually feeling pretty high quality for earbuds. I have AirPods, but if I'm in a pinch, I'd be happy to use these. I like the blue and the yellow color. So I booted up Fortnite and we're gonna give it a go. Oh, look at this. We've already got the prickly axe and the googly glider. I can't wait to glide, but let's test these out. First, I'll listen to the sound and then I'll use voice chat. Here we go, moment of truth. They sound pretty good, but it's kind of crackling in my right ear. Testing, testing. It works. Now I can listen to Sabrina Carpenter all day. Yeah, they sound pretty good. But let's make sure that this code isn't a pickaxe. I might have rubbed it too hard. It's complicated emote. Looks like it actually works. Not bad for 30 bucks Canadian. I'd probably wait till they're on sale. Maybe 20 bucks, 15, 20 bucks. Then it's worth it. A case. We just love Peely. We have so many Peely cases. I have so much scratching code dust on my desk. You'd think I'll work at a code scratching factory. Am I right? Let's look at some reviews. House of Tech says, not what I expected. Was not pleased with build quality and returned it as we thought it would not protect the Switch. Mike says, didn't include the bonus code. Our order didn't include the bonus code. Grandson, very disappointed. I'm sorry, grandson. I hope I'm not like your grandson. No offense, I'm sure he's a great guy, but I want that code. Client Amazon says, little space. There's no room for the Switch Lite's charger. I had bought it to put the console and cable inside, but it can't be done. I think that's a you problem, but I will test it out. All right, let's open this up. So this is also made by Power A. And if you can't tell, they made this, the earbuds, and the controller all at the same time. They love Peely. I don't even have the Peely skin. It was in a battle pass. I didn't play back then. I wasn't cool enough. Now, there's not really much I can say to a protective case. Oh wait, we get a code as well. Rocket Rodeo emote. Now, I'm assuming that these emotes are exclusive to the physical product that I bought. That'd be a good incentive to buy it, and I think that's clearly why a lot of other people bought it. The protective case says, keep your top games handy. Holds 9 games and 2 micro SD cards. Oh, look, it's got a little Peely zipper. Look at that. It's got like a little plastic part on it. And if I open it up, it's a case. It's got a thing up here. It's got the code! I'm eating well today with these codes, I tell ya. Rocket Rodeo emote. That's epic. To save me some time, I will do this later. From what we've seen, it's going to work. Slide inside with the same peely stickers that we've seen. It's got like a little switch light attachment, so if you have a switch light, you can easily put that in. Now, do I think that it would protect my Switch if I dropped it from a building? Moment of truth. My Switch is broken. Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's not going to withstand a bullet, I'm sure, but I think it's protective enough. It's nice and thin. But we should test if it will hold a power cord as well, because that's what client Amazon bought it for. Here's the official Nintendo Switch charger. Let's give it a good old wrap it up. Oh man, nah, this ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. I mean, they never said that it was going to work, so they never lied. I think his expectations were just a little high. Sorry, it doesn't do that. But it's a fine little case. But did you really think I was done with cases yet? Because there's another one. It's made by the same people. It just has a different texture on it. Well, let's give it an open and see what the difference is. Because there are some physical differences here. All right, so first off, I don't know if it's just me, and I'm sorry to all these Cuddle Team Leader fans, because that's the name of this thing. I'll say it. I've never liked the design of this character. I never did. First of all, this is a slim case, so it is different. It's the same price, but it's different. What's the difference? Well, it's slimmer. Literally, that's all it is. When you open it up, heyo, we got the code. We got the code. And yes, it looks like it is for the right thing, so that's great. But yeah, it doesn't have a little pouch like this one has. It does have these game holders, and apparently you can use it as a stand. That is one thing about this one. Unlike the Peely case, you can actually use this. But as you might have noticed, I didn't have any reviews to share. That's because there actually was no reviews. Nobody has bought this and reviewed it on Amazon. Peely Joy-Cons. These official Peely Joy-Cons have essentially become like gold. And you better believe it also has a special code inside for a pickaxe, a glider, and 500 V-Bucks. The glider is actually pretty cool. It has the Fortnite characters' faces on them and the Joy-Cons yellow and blue color. And the pickaxe also has the blue and yellow, and it looks like it has like energy and all that stuff. Ooh, it's so cool. Now I couldn't find these new, but I had to buy them on Facebook Marketplace used, so I couldn't get the code. I'm devastated. But at least I got the cool box and, you know, the Joy-Con itself. But first, before I tell you my experience, let's look at the reviews. Drew Deanna says, broken. The Joy-Cons broke with 24 hours of having them. I now have an incredibly unhappy child, and the seller doesn't respond nor refund. 1 star. Ren Cleopatra says, too fragile. Did not work a year later. Now here's my experience. I've had these for well over a year, and I've had no issue with them. They're nice Joy-Cons. I will say that the design is a little weird. Having Peely's eye as the home button, it looks cursed. I don't know why they did that. But next, we have more headphones. And you better believe there's an entire code in the box. Now, Amazon did an Amazon thing and put the sticker right on the very back, so I don't actually see the features. All I know is that it's ultra lightweight, fabric-wrapped, adjustable headband, breathable fabric ear pads, and detachable boom mic. So it's gonna be fun to look at. And it also has 50mm dynamic sound drivers. Oh my goodness! These were $70. It says Fortnite Llama here, and it's like blue on-ear controls, designed for comfort and precision audio. Wow, and the box looks like it's been mangled by a raccoon. It just has real raccoon energy on it. But before we open them, let's look at the reviews. Amazon customer says, as per other reviews, the mic stops working. Mic stopped working after 2 months. I have a very disappointed little boy. I would not recommend or purchase again. There's so many children that are being disappointed in this video. That's so devastating. RN says, get used goods. Package has already been opened and code stolen. You can't resell something like that as new. And well, based on this and you know, the little notches up here, this could be happening to me. And Nick says missing code, didn't include emote code. So let's give it an open and try it out. Will the code be in the box? Ahaha! It is in the box. I will make sure this gets put in my account, don't you worry. Yo, free snack. Okay, the mic comes separately. Oh, what the heck? It's like all dusty. Okay. This headband actually feels pretty good. The side stuff feels really good as well. Okay, that's interesting. I've never actually had a detachable mic on a headset before. That's fun. Let's test them out. They feel kind of light, kind of low quality next to I got these like really nice Turtle Beach headphones. These definitely feel a little less quality, but they fit over my ear really nice. Let's see how they sound. They're a little quiet. Okay, so there's a volume slider and I can just turn it up. Honestly, still kind of quiet. I got the It's Complicated emote. Not like bad or anything. The mic is just kind of here. For how quiet it is, it sounds pretty good. I don't love how it looks design-wise, but I got a code. Now, the next one is an accessory I've actually wanted for a while, and it's this CRKD Neo S for Fortnite Festival. Now, if you've seen my Fortnite videos in the past, you know I love the Fortnite Festival mode. And this is an accessory that completely changes things on the Switch. And it also looks cool. It's like purple and it has waves on it. It even says Fortnite Festival on it. Apparently, this finally adds the buttons like the classic rock Rock Band and Guitar Hero days. Because if you didn't know, the Switch version of Fortnite doesn't have the Pro Bass and Pro Guitar modes like the console versions. You can't just hook up a plastic guitar to it and use it like you normally would. Now, first of all, there isn't any 1-star reviews, but here are the ones that stood out to me. Killzone says, good novelty. I love the design and the feel of the controller. Definitely a quality controller. It is an awesome novelty and a good way to scratch your Guitar Hero itch if you really have it. Only downside is that the fret attachment is pretty small. This will not be comfortable on adult hands. It's a good thing that I have tiny baby hands. Richie says, decent but flawed. Not a bad little controller, but I do have some gripes. One of the biggest is inputs just not going through, and what seems like the controller intermittently disconnects for split seconds while in use. Depending on the game, it's either a slight nuisance or a detriment to my performance. Despite updating the firmware, it still seems to hit me with connectivity pains. Besides that, the controller does feel solid and looks pretty nice as well. Kindle customer says, uncomfortable. The 5-fret attachment works, but it's very uncomfortable to use. Get a complete guitar instead. Regardless, I needed to test this out. So as you can see, it says wireless, no stick drift, and festival attachment. The festival attachment is those buttons. You can literally hold it and do the little wiggly hands thing. It's also got programmable back buttons, Hall effect thumbsticks, swappable thumbsticks, Bluetooth compatibility, and of course, the epic rumble. Oh man, it's got a little pouch. Okay. Oh, snap. Whoa! It's bigger than I thought. As a controller itself, I really like the design. I like the look. It's got some decent bumpers. I like the feel of it. I thought it'd be just a square, but it does have a little grip on the back. It's not horrible to hold. Whoa, it's got like a metallic internal thumbstick. That's fun. And other than that, it's a basic controller. Decent quality, I can't complain too much. But the main thing here are these little buttons. So there is a strap. Let me get the strap out. So let's try this out. Really excited for this one. This isn't a Switch 2. I have to plug it in from the bottom. That's awkward. Theoretically, I should just be able to plug it in from here. Could be dead. All right, it's dead. I'll have to come back. So I've been using this for the past few days now, and I've got a couple of thoughts. First off, the presentation. This thing looks better than me, but not as good as my merch, which you should buy. Join the Vandy Club. Yeah, seriously, no, I got new merch available, and you should go check that out. It's only available for a limited amount of time, and if you do buy something, post it in the Discord. I have a Discord, by the way. You should join it. Both links in the description. You get something epic if you send me a picture of yourself in it. Anyway, I do really like the purple swirls and the metallic buttons. It's super cool, but after using it a bit more, I noticed something kind of weird. We need to remember this is marketed as a Nintendo Switch controller, or at least compatible with one, which is weird because the button layout is flipped. It uses the Xbox layout, meaning the A, B, and XY buttons are swapped, and that's very confusing in game because the A button in the game is still the Switch's A button, just not where it should be on this controller. So I had to rewire my muscle memory, which feels so unnatural. I ended up remapping the buttons just to make it usable. Now, to be fair, I tested this in Battle Royale mode, but clearly this thing was made for Fortnite Festival, which I'm obsessed with. And after testing it in Fortnite Festival, I'm conflicted. I get the idea. It's meant to replace the need for pro mode with the big guitar, but since it's not pro mode, you don't need to strum. So I kept having to lift my fingers for every single button press, and it just didn't feel natural. Also, these songs were clearly designed for 2 thumbs, not 2 fingers from the same hand. It ended up feeling clunky and didn't really add anything to the gameplay. If anything, it added a bit of frustration. The buttons also have a lot of travel, so pressing them isn't as snappy or firm as it should be. The face buttons also feel just kind of mushy, and overall the whole controller doesn't feel worth the price I paid, which sucks to say. Also, the controller vibrates vigorously. Turns out this is probably better for PC players than the Switch players, and mostly because of the face buttons. It's also not compatible with Xbox, which makes things even more confusing. But now I have the holy grail, the mama of all Fortnite Nintendo Switch accessories. And some might even say it's technically not an accessory at all, but I beg to differ. I bought the Fortnite Nintendo Switch Special Edition. I have no regrets. I'm just kidding, I do. I haven't even turned on this Switch yet. Let's hope it works. Moment of truth. Oh, good. It does turn on. Now, I couldn't find this for quite a while. I looked all over the place. I eventually found it on Facebook Marketplace, and I got it for about $200. This Fortnite console also came with a code in box for a skin, some V-Bucks, and other stuff. But if you want that code in box, buying them online would be like $1,000. They're expensive. And this actually isn't the only Fortnite bundle there is. There's an early Nintendo Switch console that was like, had this red skin in it, and it's expensive. This one's not as expensive because they made a lot of these, but if you want the code, it's pretty pricey still. Console itself, not as much. I just bought one for 200 bucks, so it's not bad. At the time of recording this, the Switch 2 comes out in less than a month. I had no idea I'd be buying a brand new Switch this late into the game. I guess I'm one of those people. Now the console itself technically is an accessory, I know, but the Joy-Con and the dock are. But first, look at this back. I don't know if you can see this, but it's got like the faces of a bunch of skins on them. Doesn't that just make you want to play Fortnite? Makes me want to. Now the actual only accessory are these two little controllers right here. A basic yellow Joy-Con and then a blue Joy-Con with the battle bus. Again, they're doing something wacky with the home button. I have no idea why they did this. If they wanted to put a battle bus on it, like why over the home menu? I guess it works. And something else you might notice is that it's actually the reverse colors compared to the other Joy-Con. The blue one on the Peely Joy-Con is on this one and the yellow one is on this one. But the best accessory out of this whole bundle is definitely the dock. This dock is actually sweet. Like, I really like it. It's nice and low key and doesn't look like a Fortnite Switch if you don't want it to look like a Fortnite Switch technically. Now, just as a comparison, it's literally the same, just the Fortnite one has Fortnite characters on it. I now have so many Switch docks, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. But now I have another Switch, which is perfect for our next accessory. The Fortnite micro SD card. The last guy didn't log out. This is perfect. Let's see if he has an SD card in here already. No micro SD card inserted. I guess I could have just looked at the back. Oh man, these old Nintendo Switch kickstands are crazy. Now yes, we have a micro SD card. These are official SanDisk micro SD cards. And you better believe that yes, it has a code in the box. But anyways, let's put this SD card in. I already have an SD card, so I guess you could say I kind of wasted my money with this one. This was like 50 bucks. Once again, I'm probably not gonna use it that much, especially considering the Switch 2 is right around the corner, literally less than a month away. Subscribe for more Switch 2 content. I promise I'm giving you lots. Well, let's open this. Can't have enough micro SD cards, right? This also isn't the only Fortnite micro SD card. There was a Cuddle Team Leader one that has 256 gigabytes on it. Now, some of the reviews for these micro SD cards are kind of all over the place. There's some that are saying it only had 10 gigabytes of data on it. There are some that are saying it was a complete flop. There are some that were saying that, of course, there's no code inside. And actually, micro SD cards and just hardware storage or whatever on Amazon can be very sketchy. Make sure that if you buy a micro SD card on Amazon, that is from a verified seller, specifically SanDisk if, you want to buy a SanDisk one. But thankfully, based on the box and, the fact that it actually has the Skull Trooper on the cute little SD card, we can assume that this is probably legit. Probably didn't even need to open this. And instantly we get the code. Here we go. We're inserting the SD card. All right. We've opened the Switch. Oh, look, we got the new game share, virtual game cards. We love it. Data management. Look at that, 120 gigabytes of free space. I did not get scammed. And now I have a Nintendo Switch that has 0 games on it and a full SD card. It might be over the internal storage to actually even download Fortnite. So maybe this is good. Maybe this will be my backup Fortnite device. Anyways, I'm gonna go get ready for Fortnite on Nintendo Switch 2. Do you have any of these Fortnite Nintendo Switch accessories? Let me know. And hey, if you want to support me, add your name to this funny little list on the right here. Look how cool it is. Don't you want to be like nothing? And hey, you might as well like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. See you later.